Lots of changes. It's only a day after last. There's one. Not much in there. One of those coming through from the fallen pot. Nothing in this one, which is weird. Oh, maybe no. There's something happening just there. Nothing in this one apart from those blades in the corner. Definitely something happening in that one, and in this one there's like 4. Okay, so a little bit of a change up, as you can see here. I am in May going to go to the garden centre and get a cucumber plant. So I've manufactured this shitty vine trellis because they have a creeper tendency. They have little arms that kind of reach out and grab things as they grow. So I thought a trellis would be in order for when I get that. Obviously got the chili plant and the pepper plant and the tomato plant. Can't remember if this leaf was drooping before on the tomato plant. I have to check that because that leaf is drooping down. I've just done some transplants because, as you can see, a lot of peppers are coming up, and this is a different spread to what they were like 15 minutes ago, because there was several where there were 2 sets of leaves growing out right next to each other. So I've transplanted quite a few, and I've got some new 1 part compost, 1 part soil here. And what these leafy things are is, I was trying to grow Euronymous, which is a nice bush thing, but I don't know where the seeds or the flowers are on that. So I've literally just got a cutting and I'm putting it in. In the middle you can't see. Well, let me show you this first. This is Japonicus Flaming Silver. You see the leaves go whitish red in the springtime. And I really liked this plant. So because there's a neighbour, not a neighbour, but someone in the village who has an entire hedge made of this stuff. And it's really beautiful hedge, basically. So I'm literally just trying to grow this one from cuttings. I'm not sure if it's going to work. There's obviously one cutting in the lower pot there, and there's a cutting with flowers in the higher pot because I saw flowers growing, and in the middle buried here is a bunch of flowers because I didn't know where the seeds came from. I assumed they came from the flowers. So that is buried in the middle to see if that does anything. And over here are transplants. These transplants were a bit traumatic. I think a couple of them broke, so I'm wondering if they grow back their own roots. These ones were okay, I think. And obviously lots of growth from the ones that didn't get disturbed. There's a lot of them. These double ones, they're definitely what the peppers should look like, and it's in every pot now, so I'm happy that that's happening. And spreaded them out, so hopefully we'll get a few. Let's see what they do, and let's see if the traumatized ones here grow their own roots and make it, or if they need a whole root to be transplanted, which I didn't manage to do with those. Here's the peppers. It's our first heat wave day, so we'll see how it copes with 17 degrees and up. A lot more of these coming through. had to prune this tomato plant because there were leaves here. There was kind of a rotting leaf there. I don't know how that happened. And there are leaves lower down, and what do you call them? Suckers. I learnt about pruning suckers from the plant. So there's one. When that gets old, see it's sitting in the joint of the plant. If I take that away, it'll give more power to the main stem. And you're going to prune these so that the main stem gets more of the nutrient power every time you see something growing in the little joints there as it goes up. The Euonymus did nothing, so I've got rid of that. Maybe I'll get some seeds. The Japonicus also looks like it's, you know, falling over and stuff. I don't know about the buried Japonicus flowers, see if they'll do something, but I might need seeds for both of those. Probably going to get rid of these, and everywhere where there's too many seedlings growing, probably here, transplant them into these two. Also, I've got some gigantic pots because at some point I'm going to have to put these in larger pots and tie a string into the base of them and then somehow run it up to hook it to the ceiling, probably with a pin tack and a treble twine bit of string, because a lot of these, well, a few of these are climbers, and the pepper plants I don't think are climbers, but they do get tall and they do start to fall over, because obviously they've got to be strong enough to hold multiple peppers, and for some reason the plant has not evolved to deal with that. It seems to need to lean on stuff, so I'll get to that when they're a bit bigger. I don't know if this needs transplanting yet. It does look a bit, this tomato plant does look a bit tall for its pot. I don't know when I should begin transplanting these. Maybe soon, I don't know. So what I'm doing today is I've got these larger pots now, and I've just been spending time mixing topsoil with compost and filling these large pots. This is my largest, it's 80 centimeters I believe. A way of keeping it indoors but having a larger soil surrounding. And the tequila pepper plant, the sweet million tomatoes and the red chili there were in these pots, and I loosened these up and looked underneath at the soil underneath to check the roots, because when the roots fill the pot and start to curl around at the bottom of the pot, then they should have been transplanted into larger soil. So hopefully I haven't traumatized them too much, but the tomato plant's in here with space for another plant, maybe the cucumber, or maybe I'll just put some of the smaller pepper seedlings in, and then one next to the other, the chili bush and the big pepper plant from the garden centre, and then all the seedlings I'll put in the rest of these, and might put the cucumber plant in that one. So these are going to go back upstairs, and then I'll work out whether I want to move the seedlings into these longer beds. So here they are all upstairs, and I'm a bit clumsy, so I don't know about having this here. It's a bit of a trip hazard, this long one. Might have to find a different place to put that where it receives light. The tomato sweet million plant is transplanted. Let's hope that, you see I put a little, I didn't have a tomato clip, so I made one out of a paper clip. I hope that's going to be alright, and I hope the transplant of these was successful and not too traumatic. These two are in a pot side by side. That's the purple tequila pepper plant, and that's the basket of fire, which is chili peppers mixed. This is going to be where a lot of the big sprouts will go. This will be where the cucumber plant will go, and some big sprouts of pepper plants. And here is the pepper plants all together in their little Coke bottle pots. Obviously you've got some weird stuff growing bigger now. These things here, that looks a bit like a pepper plant, but it should be 2 blades if it was. I don't know what this is, don't know what that is. Pepper, don't know what the grass is. Pepper. These are, some of these are quite big. This one's developing its real leaves. So the 2 blade thing that it has when it's a sprout aren't the real leaves. The real leaves are the big ones that come out after that. They've just started. Quite pleased with some of these. Some of these are quite wide bladed. Some of them are not doing very well at all. I don't know why. Weird plants. That one's going bigger blades. Yeah, this one's not doing too well, this pot here, but maybe something will happen. So that's calling that phase 4, I think. I think, either way, they were planted on the 25th of March, and I was going to transplant these on the 7th of June, in 2 months from when I saw these seedlings, which was the 7th of April. But I think the root structure, because these are all peppers together, the root structures might interfere with each other if I leave it too long, so I might actually put them in the thing sooner rather than later.